Did you say you have one lens only? You're in the right place. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, but today I am in Italy, and more precisely I am in Brunate, which is uphill on Lake Como at the lighthouse, because today we're gonna practice some panoramic landscape photography with our Leica Q2. So let's take a good chance to see the panorama from the top of the lake. So from Como city center it's just a short trip. You take the train that will take you uphill, and then you walk in the woods and you're at the lighthouse. Then we need to walk upstairs the staircase, and then we will have a full view from the top of the lake. Let's see the general settings we are using for our panorama. The 28mm lens we have on the Leica Q2 is not helping because we cannot zoom in, we cannot go closer in and have a nice view of the city. Nonetheless, we will have a nice view of the surroundings, provided today there's a little bit of fog, so maybe we're not able to see clearly all the mountains around the lake. So if you're ready to go, let's go rolling. So what happens when you want to have a landscape shot? Make sure you have a nice and sturdy tripod with you, because you want to use a very small f aperture like f8, f11, f16 eventually, because you want to take it all in, and so you need to leave it there for a bit of a longer shutter speed. With this daylight, 1/80th of a second is more than enough, but you want to take it all in. So, as a recap, we always try to keep the ISO as low as possible because we don't want to introduce grains in our pictures. We need a big and sturdy tripod because we want to put our camera over there and we don't want to move it. And we want to have the smallest f aperture possible, maybe not all the way down to f22, but 8, 11, f16 eventually if you have a lot of elements in all the focal distance to cover. And then we need to take it all in, meaning we need to leave it open for a bit longer than what we would do usually for daylight photography. Like in summertime, as it was today, 1/80th of a second would be more than enough to have an f11 aperture with ISO 100. This is what I used so far here in the city, but it is all up to you. Just make sure you don't overexpose that much, because otherwise if you burn the highlights, it will not be possible to recover them in post. And then another question you always ask is where to put the focusing point. Focal distance, you have a lot of elements that cover the whole height and width of the picture, and I normally put it at 1/3 from the bottom because it is where the eye would fall when looking at the picture, unless you have beautiful mountains over there like it was the case, and then I would focus over there but not too far away. Normally the eye falls at 1/3 from the bottom or 1/3 from the top according to how you compose the picture, so just make sure you don't just put your focusing point by chance. Do different trials. You can try different settings with both the f aperture, the focusing point and the composition, because I do understand when you have that many elements all around in your frame, it is also difficult to compose and have an interesting composition, because basically we are snapping postcards, and so there is nothing happening, no story to tell, we're just taking that view in. And so with that, I hope you enjoyed the few spots I picked up here in Lake Como for you. Feel free to comment down here, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye.